I've told you, if it is a performance, from 2021, when I entered joined Parliament and became Deputy Speaker and took over, there are 166 laws passed.
166.
As a journalist, go and verify what did the other parliament pass. Then you say what I'm talking about that she has performed. It is easy, these books are there. Come, I will ask our Department of Corporate Planning and Strategy, which tabulates all this information, to give it to you.
Yeah, just publish it on the website. We'll find
it is there. It's in the website. Those who want to go to the website. There have been 450 house sittings, meaning the house has been vibrant. You see? It's a deliberate assembly. You also go and compare with the other house where you wanted a lot of filibustering and unnecessary, what do we call it, hostile dependency, that you must be hostile to the executive, you must be hostile to the president, so that you become then a hero or a heroine. Political work is about collaboration to deliver outputs to the people. But if you want to fight, go to a boxing ring.
But in the eyes of the public,
no. The public depends
people
on.
consider the 11th Parliament as a rubber stamp Parliament.
What about the 10th?
Have you done?
I've been in the Parliament. Every Parliament is a rubber stamp, which is a mentality you and me must de-escalate and say no. Analyze things objectively. I've told you, being
rubber stamp simply means things sail through Parliament the way the executive
If Parliament sails through,
no questions.
If Parliament sails RAPEX bill, get loans to support the people, is that a bad thing? If Parliament passes the budget on time, is that rubber stamp? Don't you need government to start working early enough? Must you go filibustering for 3 months to have a budget? Teachers want to pay, they want salary increment, nurses want medicine, and then parliamentarians are busy speaking English? Is that a parliament you want? Where people show you that they went to school? No.
Parliament
So
is
rubber
about
stamp should
Parliament
be.
is about speaking sometimes.
Yes, it is about deliverables. You speaking to what extent? You speak to the extent that the people get services. So if you are running around a budget, when the teachers are waiting for their little money for survival, when hospitals are waiting for drugs, and nothing can start if Parliament has not passed the budget, you think that is a good Parliament? Deadlock democracy is useless to the ordinary person. It is good for the elite who want to speak English. To be seen, we blocked this. That's not where I come from. You don't just block. If you are fighting corruption, very good. Follow up the money. But don't stop it. We must also teach our politicians that deadlock of democracy is bad for any country. It's bad. Because the ultimate aim of you, a critic, and that in the government, is that people will get value. But the problem here, we have made certain people think value is only has and when they decide. If they think it's not good, it's not valuable. Who told you? I want to tell you something today where among beats many people. Many people. In politics, in public affairs, it's about the aggregate. What is the aggregate here, Mr. Lukwago? It is a positive and a negative for you to get together. Because there can never be a time when people are on the same wavelength. But you have to find an aggregate, this and that. And I must confess to you, Mr. Lukwago, in public affairs, in politics, you can never afford to be hot or cold. The only person who should never be lukewarm is a Christian when you are pursuing God, when you are following Jesus Christ, when you are worshiping Allah. Worship Allah to the highest form you can. But if you're a politician, learn to be lukewarm. If you become hot, you will burn. And if you become cold, you'll be useless. There are decisions in the public life where you need to be lukewarm. But people tell you, you must be seen as a firebrand. You must be seen as this. You will never run public affairs like that. It means for you when they tell you, Lukwago is a thief, kill. Because you fear to be saying, no. Let me first find out. Let's give him a benefit of doubt. Can we first due process? You don't want, because you want to be seen to be, you will kill everybody. And you can never be a public leader. If again you're a leader and you're just a nobody, everything you're called, you're as good as useless. So in the public affairs, I have to tell you today, learn to be lukewarm. neither too hot, neither too cold. That's how he managed it. And it's how Museveni has managed this country. The kind of intrigue, reports, Mukago's this, he would have killed the whole nation. He would have seen another mean here. Amin tried that approach of being hot. And what do you hear today? Cemeteries all over. So let nobody deceive you that because they go to parliament and they talk, even disrespect a sitting speaker against the rules. The rules are clear and you know very well the rules, Lukwago. But we have allowed that spirit to continue. It's actually belligerence. And we cheer it. It is bad. A country of hot-headed leaders is a doomed country. We need, you normally use the word level-headed. Level-headed means you're lukewarm. You are neither hot, you are neither cold. You're there. You'll manage society. Society is not run on the basis of extremism. Age has taught me that. And I want to share with your listeners. So most of the young people are driven to the extreme side. You see America today saying even getting a visa, they go to your social media posts. And we encourage our children to be reckless on social media. They lose a lot. There are no jobs. They apply for jobs. They forget to delete what they posted about Lukwago. Now they want a job in the Radio 1. Lukwago is on the panel. So let's not teach children. Let them be critical, but not extremists.
All right.
So Anita Mong has applied that theory very well.
She's lukewarm.
She talks to the MPs. They abuse her. Tomorrow she works with them. Yeah, there are many. They betray her. And all those you are talking about standing against her, by the way, if we were to speak, we have known a little bit of things. These are friends of Anita Mong. You tell Honorable Mao that Obore says he knows you as a friend of Anita Mong. You just tell him and say, whether if he says I'm lying. This is it. But now, where do we come to the public to paint a picture that I hate Lukwago when I know Lukwago is my brother? You know how far we have come.
But maybe you're stretching it a little far.
How?
Being friends does not deny them an opportunity to aspire. Because the Constitution
Yes,
says the speaker will be elected from among
you can
members of
aspire,
parliament.
but I cannot begin calling Lukwago accidental a journalist when I know how far we have come.
I think accidental simply meant that she became speaker after the death of Right Honorable
Was there supposed to be no speaker after Lanya's death? In your view? Who dictated there must be a speaker? The rules of procedure of parliament. You know it. How can you call it an accident?
But also the speaker herself.
Nobody
in the reaction,
is a
let's
lawyer.
Say both Norbert Mao and the speaker have almost the same tongue, because the speaker is also calling those who are contesting against her as noisemakers because of the things they're saying, because of the campaigns they're making.
Indeed, the noise is coming. You can hear the noise like accidental speaker. It is noise because it's not factual. You know it by rules of procedure. Everybody now is a friend of Olanya. But as far as I knew, I was so hard. I didn't even want an election for a speaker after my friend passed on. But they said, this is the law. Before even barring someone. Instead of looking at how to amend the law, you are now saying, oh, Lukwago is accidental journalist. It is wrong. How can the law be an accident? The law can never be an accident, Lukwago.
All right. We have comments coming in from the listeners.
Sarah is the inner workings. You have been in parliament. Sarah may not have been in parliament. At least you work. Maybe she visits. You have reported in parliament for as long as I know. Another listener said that MPs are called to State House. Really, somebody should still clap for Anita in her term. The calling of MPs to State House was in the previous parliament.
It ended.
It ended.
You know why?
Why?
Have you heard?
Why it has stopped going there?
Why they have stopped going to State House?
Because Anita Mong is able to talk to her colleagues to do whatever government wants. Anita Mong is able to say, we are parliament. We are doing this for our country. And there's less disturbance. The president would call MPs because sometimes your own leaders are inciting your own members against your own bills. So as a head of the country and head of government, what do you want to do when government is to continue running? He has to call these party members and say, you people, this is why I brought bill A, B, C, D. And members would understand. And it's not true that every time they go to parliament, State House, they go for money. They would go for an understanding why this bill is necessary. But because Anita is one, she's loyal to her party chairman. She's able to explain to members that, no, this bill, this is the rationale. And she's able to work with them. and perhaps report it to her party chairman as an individual. So these days, you don't see MPs going to State House unless you remember of any. I don't see them going because the bill has come. MPs have, NRM caucus has been called in the State House. MPs have been no, but it was persistent in the tennis parliament. So maybe different leadership approaches. So that's why I told you, if there's anyone to appraise the performance of Anita Mong, it is the president.
Well, the listener here, that is Council Namulondo, in a submission, continues to state that inducement is a problem. And what doubt there is that Anita Among has a war chest, resources that cannot be exhausted, that she gives to MPs. I'm sure you've heard about that.
First of all,
and therefore it has helped the president not
thank you. Let me
to face the
I think,
challenges
I think
and questions from
I'm
MPs.
competent to answer that. And I will answer you as brutally honest
And
as
some
I
people
can.
say that's why the budget of parliament keeps rising.
Hold on.
She has a donation budget.
Yes, let me.
All these amounts of money that cannot be explained according to the sources out there.
It is you who says it cannot be explained.
I'm not the one saying. I'm sure
When,
you've had this
let me
issue.
give you context. When Anita Mong said this time we are going to pass the anti-homosexuality law without fault. The other time they went to court and challenged it. This time we are going to do everything right and safeguard our family customs. That is when the exhibition came. Just a sponsored thing by people angry. And His Excellency traveled to Bukedea in the open, and you remember that rally. Hey, here they talk about my daughter here, that is this is school. I remember I gave you the money.
But he also, the president also asked, he first asked where Anita had got all the money.
Yes,
That's
then
on
he's,
record.
and then when
And
I,
then
when,
Anita told, it's the money that you gave me.
and then what did he say?
Under what circumstance?
He said, oh,
Is that
I,
a public asset?
no,
The school.
No,
Which money was given?
if I give you money for being a good cadre, how does that affect you? Affect others? Other cadres should work hard as Anita and get the same. And I'm not sure whether Anita is the only person His Excellency has given money. He addressed that matter of money. And remember, a Speaker of Parliament combines two roles. He is elected by members of Parliament. She is also a leader in the political party. Do you remember that? Do you now remember? Had you ever seen a SEC member, the level of a vice chairperson? Had you ever witnessed, as a journalist here, moving with her party chairman or his party chairman from rally to rally? Do you remember any? Do you remember any? But Anita Mongo did so. That is a commitment to your boss. Indeed, the president is her boss because he's the chairman of NRM and he's the president of a country. Why weren't others doing what she did? Now, if I were the president, I say I want to give my mobilizer money. Do you have a problem with it? You should encourage other leaders to work as hard as the rest so that the system, your party recognizes your input, rewards your input. You don't want to get input, you get the money. Do you know how much money was spent in the campaigns? So the president is not a man who lacks information about anyone in Uganda, by the way.
Muto from Bombo writes in and says, Obore makes profound arguments in the defense of Parliament and the AAA. However, he should note that Parliament lost face immensely the last 3 years. He should be focusing on restoring the image of the August House. Dismissing the exhibition is laughable. The impact was far-reaching that Anita Among cannot travel freely across the world. Two, arguing that Among's parliament outperformed all other parliaments is quite a joke. MPs have stated many times that bills are rushed and passed prematurely. What does he have to say? 3, if this Obore and the Obore 15 years ago met, it would be an epic fight.
For that one, the last one I would say, if you want to be a baby in your mother's laps every year, continue. Obore you see today gets in touch with the knowledge. This is the power of knowledge. When you get in touch with new knowledge, you don't remain the same. If you want to remain a fool, remain with the information you had in P7. Upgrade your thinking. That's the answer to that. So the other one is about the sanctions. I'm just giving you an answer. And what I'm telling you here is to enable you review your negativity about Parliament. There is no way people who worship homosexuality would allow Anita Mongo to travel anyhow, when it was not in their interest for that law to pass. There was no way. They didn't only sanction her, by the way. I don't know why you're talking about Anita Mongo. There are so many officials they have sanctioned in Uganda. Even some we get surprised why. But it's their business to sanction people. Then the people pick it up and say, sanction. In any case, you elect a speaker to globetrot. You should be encouraging a speaker to visit Bundibujo and see the community schools there. But you want her to move to New York and benefit what? So sometimes we Ugandans also don't know what we want.
All right.